impact or not, so this would be a relevant figure.
Okay, I know that you are very energetic. So you can keep sitting like that while you are sitting. Because we have already sitting like that. So sorry, let's take an immediate community sitting like that. So you know that some guys are, there are some there is a doctor, they are all not there, so you can come and sit there. Please sit quietly and you can be able to.
But my lord, nonetheless, we must satisfy your lordship's conscience from the figures and statistics. Not somebody tells us something, some social media post, which we will show how social media posts like Telegram, etc. From evidence, we will be able to show how they are tempered. So limited that for the time being. We will have to satisfy your lordships that pan India, cross country, there is no impact and the result has remained consistent. But at the outset, I may point out that top 100 students. So this is the test of a fair examination being conducted. Top 100 students are spread over 95 centers. Cities and 18 states and or union territories. So this is, according to me, one of the first prime test. At first 100, if I have the paper, if my group has the paper, it would be a bulk of people stopping the exam. Because if I have the questions, I have the answers, obviously.
Now, one thing we want to ask you, in this top 100, do we have any students coming from, say, Hazaribagh?
Yes, I'll show everything. Yes. And I will also show what was the position.
Hazaribagh.
Yes. You know what, I have also done, we have done an exercise as to what was the position of those centers in 2022, 2023 and 2024. Whether there is any marked jump or rise or not. That would be the only indication for deciding cross-country impact, if at all there is any impact. We have filed, submissions, it is made to your notice also for heavy reference, I think. I have the hard copies as well.
Look at it. Submission.
I would start from how the examination is conducted. There is a concept called percentile, and there was a confusion. That confusion remained, and unfortunately young children are unnecessarily tense because of wrong narrative which is going on. The narrative was that for centers like Rajkot, more than 30 candidates were qualified. General impression was that if you are qualified, you are getting admission in the medicine, in the course of your choice. But there has always been, and this year also, a system of coming to a figure called percentile. The percentile is a figure. After we get the result, it is fed into the computer system. system, 70 depending upon the nature, but in this exam it has always been 50%. So it gave us the figure of 164. It merely means in common parlance that out of 24 lakh students, I am taking a rough figure, it's 23 lakh something. Out of 24 lakh students, 12.5 lakhs would be below 164 and 12.5 lakhs would be above 164. Those who are above 164 are qualified and rest of them are not qualified. So all those 12.5 lakhs would not get admission.
The cutoff mark for the 50th percentile is 164 out of 100.
For the purpose of qualification, I will tell you also the reason why this is done.
So the average taken as a 50th percentile or
Percent, yes.
year on year?
Year on year. Last year it was 137, which indicates that this year number of students increased. Number two, maybe this batch of students of 24 lakhs was little more hardworking. And third, the syllabus was sliced down. But nothing turns on that, Manoj. Last time it was 1/3. So 12.5 lakhs are qualified. Seats are 1,08,000 only. Why this was required to be done? Manoj, it was noticed years back that some, I'm sorry.
So 12.5 lakh students are 50th percentile in the class.
Above, and therefore qualified. Roughly, 12.5 is, I have taken the figure of 24 lakhs, it is 23 lakhs something, 37, whatever. I am just for the purpose of ease of argument. So, why this was required? Years back it was found that some private medical colleges, your lordships are aware, there are some management seats, management quota seats. They used to be filled up by people who are not even qualified, who got 50 marks or 70 marks. Therefore, this system was introduced that we will come out with a figure of percentile and qualification. They are eligible. They are eligible to be admitted either in medical, either in government medical college or in private medical college. So now, even a private medical college in their management quota cannot take anyone who is less than 12,50,000 because they are not qualified. So Rajkot had 30 people who are qualified, meaning thereby they were above 12,50,000 figure. Not that they will get admission. We have done that analysis. Please see page 13 of my note. Just to remove that narration, my learned friend has very fairly not argued this issue, but please see 13. First, I have given your lordship sees right hand side. I have gone from top to bottom. That's why states are also coming not at the same time. Gujarat, Bhavnagar, total appeared 5,800, greater or equal to 164. 4,660. Therefore, success ratio, meaning thereby success for being declared qualified, not admission, is 80.34%. Next is Andhra Pradesh, Vijayawada, then Rajasthan, Sikar, then Gujarat, Rajkot, Andhra Pradesh, Tanuku, etc., etc., etc. It goes on, and I am not taking your lordships through the entire country and entire city wise.
Done this for every
city.
For
every city.
Actually, you have done it for every city or state. How does it work? For every
city. This is done city wise. But center wise also, wherever they have.
For
city wise or center wise?
Bhavnagar is city first, second.
It is city-wise arranged in descending order. This is only to remove an impression that those
How many cities totally?
571.
So this data is for all the 571.
571. Cities, my lord, 569. I stand corrected. 569. My lord, we have centers at some other countries also. For example, with 13, your lordship would find serial number 6, Dubai. Dubai has a center where we conduct the exam. Muscat, Singapore. So including the outs.
Doha, Sharjah,
Yes, my lord.
Kuwait.
Yes. So consider adding them also, the total cities, I treat them as city, my lord, as a it is a center. 569. The lowest is Chhattisgarh, Narayanpur with 8.6%. This is the limited purpose, my lord, to show that more number of people getting qualified doesn't mean that they are getting admission.
They are just above the 50th percentile. Right?
Yes, they have crossed 12 lakhs mark. That's all. But kindly now come to page 28.
The connection A began at
अभी क्वेश्चन का डिसीजन तो आ चुका है, इसमें क्वेश्चन का जो आंसर है वो पहले वाला ही माना जाएगा। जो बाद में एनटीए ने करेक्ट आंसर की फाइनल आंसर की डाली थी वो नहीं मानी जाएगी, उससे पहले वाली ही आंसर की मानी जाएगी उसमें। तो ये यहाँ सबसे बड़ा चेंजेज है, कोर्ट की तरफ से भी ये कहा गया है कि एक्सपर्ट की टीम ने इसको आंसर को पहले वाला ही माना है जो एनटीए ने पहले रिजल्ट दिया था।
Number of students who qualified.
अभी इसमें जो बाद में एनटीए ने फाइनल आंसर की मानी थी, उस क्वेश्चन को करेक्ट किया था, वो बोनस दिया था स्टूडेंट को, वो बोनस अभी नहीं मिलेगा। अभी इसमें जो पहले वाली आंसर की थी जिसके अंदर ईच को सही माना था बाद में आंसर की में, वो यहाँ नहीं माना जाएगा, यानी कि पहले वाली आंसर की मानी जाएगी। उन स्टूडेंट्स को बोनस नहीं मिलेगा जो जिनको बाद में बोनस दिया गया था। रिजल्ट दोबारा से आने की पॉसिबिलिटी है क्योंकि ये सारा चेंज होगा यहाँ पर। तो इस प्रकार से एक तो सबसे बड़ा चेंजेस हमें यहाँ देखने को मिल गया है, और वो चेंजेस देखने को ये मिला है कि अभी जो आंसर चेंज किया था बाद में, रिजल्ट से पहले आंसर चेंज किया था, बोनस दिया था कुछ स्टूडेंट को, एक क्वेश्चन के 2 आंसर माने थे, वो 2 आंसर नहीं मानेंगे, वो पहले वाला आंसर ही माना जाएगा। अभी बाकी रीनीट पर चल रही है, इसमें डाटा का एनालिसिस के बारे में अभी एसजी द्वारा बताया जा रहा है।
The moment your lordship goes further, the lordship would realize, my lord, that how that number also decreases, those who are likely to get admission. So the lordships would find Judger at page 14, my lords, serial number 69. It has 59% students qualify. Lord, before I take the losses to the next annexure, Lord, kindly allow me to place only one fact, Lord, which is an accepted fact in public domain. But there are certain centers like Kota, Sikar, Kottayam in south, Rajkot. There are several centers which are hubs of competitive examinations, coaching centers. Lord, the word which generally, Lord, the newspapers have used, factory, is possibly taken from a recent web series, Kota Factory.
They are up
for coaching centers for entrance examinations or other examinations like UPSC. Kota is considered to be the best in UPSC, but UPSC, NEET, IIT, JEE, for several competitive examinations.
which are in Kota,
Kota, Sikar, Kottayam, Namakkal in Tamil Nadu, Rajkot in Gujarat,
yes.
so there are several coaching centers, several hostels, right from those who cannot afford, they would have their hostels. Those who can afford, they can have flats, they can hire flats. There are PG accommodations, but all essentially the entire economy is on students. They are given question papers every alternate day. Some dummy paper would be formed by the coaching classes, and they would be asked to appear in that examination. They are trained how to attempt those questions where you are very confident. Thereafter, to examine the questions where you have to give a little time, how to avoid negative marking, etc. So when a child sits in the actual examination, it is his 201st examination, hypothetical.
Because the students who would going to be sitting at those centers should not necessarily be students who are domiciled in that.
No.
They will be coming from outside.
They are mostly outside. Mostly outsiders, because now this has become a competitive field. So parents send their children. Whether I am preparing for a civil service or I am preparing for NEET, I'll go stay there for a year, I'll have coaching, I'll have a PG accommodation, hostel accommodation, etc., etc. And this is going on since many years. But still there is no alarming rise from last years to this year. But just I wanted to say that example of Sikar, Kota, etc. may not assist your lordships to arrive at a correct conclusion, because they are sui generis centers. What I would get, my lord, at say Jamnagar in Gujarat, some better, my lord, training is imparted in Kota, or in Sikar, or in Kottayam, or in Namakkal, etc., etc. But that also, now, my lord, what we have done is that I have told your lordships which number of students are above 12,50,000 and which are below. Now we forget those who are below. Out of 12,50,000, that is above percentile and who are qualified, how many students were qualified were getting admission last year, last to last year, and this year? Whether there is any unexplainable spurge, there is any increase or any shocking development. So that exercise we have done, which your lordships would find at page 28. Lord, your lordships would find the title is Table Showing City-Wise Success Rate. And if your lordships were to see, my lord, the subtitle, one is state, another is city. Number of candidates appeared in 2022. My lord, the fourth column. Your lordship gets that. Number of students appeared in 2022. Number of top 1,08,000 in that year. Then number of students appeared in 23. Similarly, number of top 10,800.
And your solicitor success rate, that is above the 58%.
No, it has to be. No, these are all students who fall within
Qualified.
1 lakh, no, not, they are qualified. They are in 12,50,000.
They will be within the 1,08,000.
1,08,000. Exactly. I'm grateful to your lordship.
Percentage. 1,000 consists of 56,000 government colleges
and 52,000 private colleges. I must tell your lordships one more thing. Just to not give your lordships the correct feel, what is the pan-India impact? I have not deducted the reserved seats. Reserved seats, the success rate would be almost half. While I'll tell your lordship, out of 100 seats, 50 seats are reserved. SC, ST, OBC and economically backward class. These are done, my lord, at the state level also. And some states, or maybe all states, some states at least have domicile reservation also. So out of 100 seats, the general category students, depending upon, my lord, which category they belong to, their available seat might be only 45 out of 100. But without touching that, out of 1,80,000, 4030, so that if we count that, this 19.12 would go almost to 10% success rate, at an all India level. Similarly, now see, first is Sikar, I have read, Andhra Pradesh, Tanuku. Total 972 students appeared in 2022. Your lordship may kindly correlate with the heading.
Yes.
Total 179 in top 1,80,000. 8,000. So entitled to get admission subject to the reservation, etc. Similarly, in 2023, total 168 students and entitled within 1,88,000 is 213. This year, total students appeared is 1,007 and entitled are 171. So it is lower than the last year. Even in Sikar, 2022, the success rate was 24.02, which is now down to 19.22. Please come to
clarification. Just one factual clarification. Lord, there are 5 other courses which are admissions happen from the same entrance examination. So the total number of seats are about 3 lakh, and the rank for admission goes up to 12 lakh from the same NEET examination. Here we are talking only of MBBS, but there are BAMS and dental and all other allied courses.
For them, the 50th percentile is not applied.
No, applicable.
No, that is
Everyone,
applicable.
It's applicable for
But Lord, the rank goes up to the last course. The rank goes up to 12 lakh.
So it's not going to up to
we are
12
not only talking about.
That's very from year to year, I guess.
That's right.
Yes.
Last year it was about 12 lakh. Last year it was about 12 lakh.
But the 50th percentile is applied as a qualification for all courses.
Well, yes. All BDS, BAMS, whatever. But he argued on medicine, therefore I am giving medicine.
Just as a matter of interest, this was where do we get Hazaribagh, Patna?
I wanted to show, Malad, kindly come to page 30.
Page 30.
Page 30. Here at 51502, Malad, that is the city code. Bihar, Patna, the 6th from below. Their success rate is 5.53 this year. But see, Malad, the earlier success rate, it has remained consistent, Malad. 2 or 3% plus or minus is everywhere. And obviously, Malad, it would depend upon the caliber of each batch, the examination, etc., Malad. Please see, Malad, here.
7.74 and 5.5.
Yes, the 22, it was 8.9, 23, it became 7.74. And this year it is 5.53. Now please come to 32, Hazaribagh, 4th from top.
Yes.
Page 32, 4th from top, Malad.
7.2, 6.06
And this year 4.61 only. Belgaum.
Yes.
And Malad, I'll also show Belgaum, where Malad, one of the students who is Malad, stated to have failed, shifted to Belgaum, page 39, Malad. Malad, the impression one gets is that she shifted all the way from Gujarat to Belgaum, because Belgaum there was a huge potential for some mass copying or something. Please come to 39. Karnataka, Belgaum. The success rate is 2.5%.
Where is it exactly? Yes, got it. Belgaum.
Well, 7 from the bottom.
The success rate is 3.22, 3.94 and 2.05.
Yes. So one would not go from Gujarat to Belgaum. Maybe some personal reasons I have not examined. But their success rate is 2.05. Nobody would go at a center Similarly, I forgot, Malad, to show that to your Lordship, Malad, in the annexure B, Malad, that percentile, Malad, this Bihar and Hazaribagh, Malad, please come to page 17. 17. But this is, I am showing percentile, those who are above 12 lakhs. Malad, 191. Bihar is at, this is seriative, so it's ranked in 191, Patna, and qualifying rate, Malad, success rate is 49.22.
Did you get that?
Malad, 191, serial number 191, para 7, page 70.
Patna. The first stage is
Bihar, Patna, so many students appeared, so many cleared, so many became eligible, means more than 164,
49.22.
49.22. Similarly, if your Lordships were to permit me to show the next page, Jharkhand, Hazaribagh, 216. it is 47.68.
49.22.
Yes, Manoj. Page 17.
Bihar, page 17, right?
17 is Jharkhand Hazaribagh. 18. Page 17. Your options are right. Patna, Bihar is page 17. And your options would find the average. Next is, above that is Punjab, 49.23. Below that is Chhattisgarh, 49.11. Gujarat, 49.10. Jharkhand, 49.07. They are in that bracket. They are not in the highest bracket of 80 plus. Then next page, madam. Serial number 216. Jharkhand Hazaribagh. Their success rate in the sense of what?
47.68.
Yes, 47.68. That is, they are above 164.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now, my lord, having shown this annexure B and C, Lord, please come to last page, no, last. Lord, page 48. Lord, the cities which were mentioned before your lordships, Lord,
48.
48, annexure E. Lord, what your lordships have seen up till now is city-wise. Now the cities which were placed for your lordship's consideration based on some assumption, presumption without any evidence or even convincing material on record. We have done that center-wise also. Sikar. Yes. For example, this is Sikar. First is state. We can ignore that because it is Rajasthan. City is Sikar. Fourth column is the center, Gurukul International School. Total 715 students appeared in this center. Rank within first 56,000 is 101 students. The success ratio is 14.30 and rank within 10 lakh 80,000 1 lakh 88,000 is 152. Their success rate is 1.26%. But this is again without considering the reservation. If we count the reservation, it would be perhaps half, subject to this 101 or 152 also may have some candidates who are entitled to the benefit of reservation. Similarly, next is Kolkaji Shikshan Sansthan. Success rate is 20.9.
Totally figure with the 56,000 how many students and how many percent?
Percentage center wise is on the last column. Look, your total your loss is page 28. Your lordships have seen page 28. The success rate is 19.22.
So, figure is 19.22.
But please see below the previous year, 19.19.
Total is 11.99 and 19.22.
So your lordships are huge.
So 11.99% is the first 56,000 government seat.
Yes.
And 19.22 is the 52,000.
It is 1,08,000.
So that is in 1,08,000.
Yes. But your lordships asked me the total in Sikar city. That is at page 28, your lordships have seen.
Right, that's what I saw.
It is 19.22. Last year it was 19.90. Slight increase. And in 2022 it was 24.0. So it has decreased year by year. From Sikar and
for 600 there were 4,000.
I'm reading everything, Mr. Hegde.
Right. Mr. This year, 27,216 students are getting 52.
52. That's exact.
People from the 56,000 were 3,262, which is 11.99%.
Will be
And the total 108,000, 5,232.
32.
About 19%.
So about 19.22%. It's something. If you page 48 onwards, seeker, if your lordship sees the success ratio center wise, it is between 18 to 22. Sometimes it dips, it never goes up. Please see, my lord, it is 21.26, 20.98, 22.31, etc. My lord. It dips at serial number 20, where it is 8.86%, but it has never seen any unusual.
We have quota.
Yes. Similar, my lords. Quota, my lord, after the results, there was an article, my lord, recently in one of the leading newspapers, that after the results in quota, the land prices or property prices in Sikar have gone. Not that students or parents buy property. People buy property for being rented or for using it as a PG. Because quota is now not doing well as compared to Sikar. Not that that's my argument. Just as a, it was yesterday only this article came. Now, Lord, I'll just take example of first quota. Lal Bahadur Shastri, 476 appeared, ranked within first 56,028. And I'm not counting, my lord, the reserve categories. I'm counting everything to be open, just to show to your lordships that there is no marked spike which can lead to any conclusion. And it has remained constant, my lord, since last 3 years, with variation of plus minus 2 to 3%. And success ratio is 5.88%. And rank within 1,88,000 is 52, and success ratio is 10.92. And if your lordship sees the last column, success ratio in each of the centers, it remained almost consistent. If my lords are on some page, I can answer. Similar is Kottayam at page 56. These are all high-ranking centers. But I am not wasting your lordship's time.
Yes, now what is the next thing that you want to say?
But Rajkot, if your lordship can see.
Rajkot is about 5.22% of test 1%.
Yes, Lord, as a matter of fact, the first 56,000, it is about 3%, 1%, 4.21%. Yes. So average is about 5.22 and 10.77%. Now your lordships have Lord kindly come to page 8 of this submission.
Page 8.
Yes. Lord, there was Lord, opening of the window. Lord, first of all, first of all, we received several representations by mail, emails, that we are unable to log in or we are unable to register ourselves because of some technical glitches, etc. Eventually, when we open the window for some time, it results into more number of candidates being given an opportunity to compete. That does not lead to any inference even remotely of any wrongdoing. But what was not pointed out to your lordship is, out of total 23 lakhs 15,000 odd students, those who changed, those who used this window for the purpose of changing their center are 14,000. 14,546. Out of approximately 24 lakhs, but 14,000 applied for change of city. The rest of them were unable to register themselves and therefore they registered themselves. Now what will be the impact of this 14,000? We have also examined. 14,000 as compared to 24 lakhs is a minuscule amount, a figure. But if they go for the purpose of any undue or illegal benefit to a new center, we have done that exercise at page 8. Correction window allowing change of exam cities, 14,546 applied for change. These 14,000 candidates are distributed amongst 4020 centers in 557 cities. But if there is a possibility of one center or one city offering some illegal reward, it would be the concentration on those city or cities. But these, out of 14,000, they are distributed among 4020 centers and 557 cities throughout the country. Maybe their personal reasons, but whatever, we cannot examine those questions, but we are dealing with 24 lakh students. So why they are wanting to shift, we can't go into, and we need not go into the reasons.
But you asked to apply for a change of sectors to furnish collision or that they furnish documents, such as the Aadhaar card. Otherwise, suppose a student suddenly, student will say, already originally, registered at Percentile because the student has been pursuing as a 15th class there. Otherwise, when a student say applies for a change, you ask for any documentation or any reason for the change.
To my knowledge, no.
Or it is entirely, you can change, you can opt for any center in the country.
Any center in the country, that's the choice. And any city, not center is not the choice.
Center is allocated.
City is the choice, and we respect that choice, and we don't sit in appeal over whether your request for change is justifiable or not.
This request came at what point of time, Mr. Smith?
It was
Into the request. Only for one day or
no. Please come to page 7.
in which date to which date?
18th March to 20th March and 11th March to 12th March. 11th April to 12th April. I have mentioned those dates.
City is also a choice of city is regardless of your domicile, and therefore change is also
I
permitted.
can, for the reason, Manoj, my domicile can be XYZ, but I am in Kota, or I am studying since last 1 year, 2 years in Sikar. Then I may not have any any residential proof or proof of my domicile. Transfer of government officers, parents are transferred, etc., etc. These are there can be very varied reasons. But in absence of any spike, that because of the shift or transfer was to 2 or 3 centers only, where there was a sudden spike, mere change of city may not lead to any cross-country manipulation. And therefore, we have said that out of 14,000 students who, for their own reasons, which we have not examined, sought transfers and were granted, their success rate is 6.46%. And they were transferred throughout the country. 557 cities.
These students came to Hazaribagh. 37
Yes,
came to Patna.
Yes.
And 24 came to Godhra.
Correct. And Godhra, the performance is nobody is getting admission.
Out of 32 who appeared from Hazaribagh, only one candidate scored more than 620.
622. The success rate is 3%. Out of 637 candidates who appeared in Patna, only 35 scored more than 577, corresponding to 1 lakh mark. That also without considering the reservation. Otherwise, this figure of 35 will come down to 20, roughly, depending upon reservation. And 17 candidates score more than 622, that is corresponding to 56,000 rank. So the success rate is either 5.5% or 2.7%. It is the entire city. And Patna has 70 centers, 70. 70. I have prepared the.
17 candidates got more than 56,000 marks.
So they'll get not in government college, they'll get possibly in a private college, but even government college.
So 17 candidates scored more than 622 marks, corresponding.
They would get government college, but subject to the reservation. If those 17 are also, some of them may be from reserved category, but we cannot. One more figure. Hazaribagh में total 2733 appeared.
चोपड़ा एजुकेशन यूट्यूब चैनल पर मैं
Let me permit.
Now, what the number of candidates who appeared this year increased?
But please see, my lord, page 10. We have given that analysis also. Page 11. Page 11. Sorry, my lord. 10 is 11, Hazaribagh. Appeared candidates 48,643. Number of centers 70. And out of 48,000, my lord, this
Last year, how many candidates appeared from Patna?
40,000, page 30, my lord. 40,000, 901.
Where do you get the page 30?
30, my lord, from, my lord, fifth or seventh line from the bottom, my lord. Bihar, Patna, number of students appearing in 22, 34,000. Yes. Last year, 40,901. It is increasing, my lord. 34 becomes 40 and then becomes 40. So that increase is also, my lord, proportionate every year. Same is the but there is an increase 2022 to 2023 to 2024 in almost all cities. And proportionate increase. But for example, Hazaribagh, if your lordships were to see page 32, fourth column from the top. Hazaribagh, in 22, the candidates appeared were 1569 in 22. Then next to next column, candidates became 1963. And this year it became 27,033. But the success ratio is 4.61. It's not as if they were going there to get some undue benefit. Otherwise, the success ratio would have jumped.
How is the next one?
No, which I have, your lordships have seen page 10 and 11 minutes. The success ratio in Patna is 5.5. If we go by, your lordships may kindly see, Hazaribagh first, 10, page 10. Out of 2,733 candidates, 4.6% are within 1,800 bracket. Half of which, according to my calculation, would not get because of the reservation. Subject to they also being from that category, from the category entitled for reservation. And for government seats, the success ratio in Hazaribagh is 2.1%. That again without counting the reservation. And page 11, please see the chart which we have placed for your lordship's consideration. This is center-wise chart. The success rate is 2.2, 1.1, 3.8, 1.2.
So it is publicly about 4.4.
So 1.1. If we go by yes, but St. Xavier's has 6.2. So it is between 3 to 7, substantially consistent.
Just one thing I want to point out. The reference point they have taken out for this percentage, they start with 12 lakh, then sometime they come to reference point is 1 lakh 8,000, sometime reference point is 56,000, sometime reference point is a marks above 622. But this will not lead us anywhere whatsoever. This is all wherever the picture is seen normal, they pick up that reference point and present this data. You got a haystack and 1,000 needles put in here and there, and they say the haystack doesn't seem to be imbalanced.
So that the petitioners we have taken 56,000 and 1 lakh 8,000 because the petitioners argued only on that basis that 600 marks, then I'll not get it, more than 600 I'll get it, etc. Please now last come to page 47. Lord, I have given a cumulative chart. What would be the position of the person, of a student who gets a particular mark? And please come to the last column, Lord, at serial number 115. Just to give a broad outline. 115. The student who will get 600 will be
Cumulative frequency.
Cumulative frequency means this is where he would stand out of 1,18,8,000. So he would stand at serial number.
Serial number 1, March 720. Cumulative frequency will be 61. What is that? Oh, right, those 61 Chopra.
Yes, it includes that.
It includes the 1563.
Yes.
When we deleted the 17, it came down to 44.
No, yes.
Right.
Plus, when we see
Initially it was 67. When we deleted the 1563,
Chachar deleted.
right, it came to 61.
I want to come out of Chachar now, come to Haryana, then come to India. My learned friends, I understand his love for Chachar, but he has to come out of Chachar now.
That's the Buddhism loyalty,
Yes, I respect that.
So out of the
Cumulative.
then out of the 61, 44, as we were told, are people who get full marks for option 2.
Yes. And what I say, cumulative frequency.
So if the option 2 is not treated as a correct answer, we'll eventually get 17 students who have got 720 out of 720.
Possibly, yes. 760. But then that doesn't lead to any malpractice. I mean, that's a different question.
If you take away those 4 marks
For option 2.
from option 2 and you add one more negative mark, so there would be at least 5 marks less.
So they'll get 715.
715, and then their rank would accordingly be adjusted.
Adjusted. Because they, if what Sukriti argued yesterday is right, then they will be down from 720 to 715.
Lord, there is one.
And yesterday, of course, we had the figure also, right?
Lord, can we complete this one rather than going into that area, right?
73 candidates, 4,20,773 candidates who gave option 2 as their answer. And those 4,20,000 were given full marks for that.
Lord, I'll assist your lordship.
We don't answer that right now. You don't know.
Because Miss Tanvi Dubey, Lord, in the morning called me to inform me that one boy or girl, Lord, has approached her that she has got 720 out of 720. So for her, that 5 marks,
We go to 750.
So
Absolutely.
I said that you move the court and whatever you are, I'll make my submissions on that question.
Can we hear you for that girl? Yeah?
Yes, yes.
Give us the name of that girl and what you are arguing, because we like to hear you, because we have a representative from that village.
Lord, please see 115. What I mean, cumulative frequency. Lord, when I say that I got 600 marks, above me have 30 persons, Lord, in 30 individuals with 601 mark also. Hypothetical figure. 30 is hypothetical figure, because every mark, every figure has more than one students getting those figures, Lord, in a span of 24 lakhs. Therefore,
in number 2, Mr. Minister, 716 marks,
yes,
cumulative frequency is 671.
correct.
So this will include 71, will include the 61?
61, yes. That is cumulative.
71 people would be, say, 716 and above.
Yes. So accordingly, when we were considering the figure of 600,
In other words, somebody gets 716 would rank as the 71st candidate.
yes, your lordship, sir, correct.
Or between 61 and 71.
Depending upon my lord, what is the upper position, it could be a total reshuffle.
It would be 14 at item 1, then 44, 10 people at 716, and 288 plus whatever those.
They would be directly impacted.
44
They would be directly impacted. They will go down.
And interestingly, we are taking 622 as the mark for the 56,000 seats. That will get us seat number 93.
Correct. Yes.
Right. And 1,08,000 let us see now. 1,08,000 is
130.
570.
570.
How we get it here.
This is what we have done.
What more?
But few more, my lord, few.
Now we like to, you can take it at your own time, but we like to be first the 1563 candidates.
Yes, it's there. It's there. My lord, we prepared it yesterday, my lord.
It's here.
It was there, my lord, but
I think it's at page 11 over here.
yes, my lord, but we have done a little better exercise. Look. So page 8 bottom, my lord, your lordship, sir, can you see? Yes.
150.
Lord, they were, your lordships are aware, they were given grace marks initially, what was termed as compensatory marks. And thereafter, the retest was taken.
They belong to how many centers?
I just want to that there is another below 6 centers. 6. I'll give the details center wise also.
From 6 centers.
Yes.
These are the candidates were given compensatory marks because they were given the wrong paper.
No, because they could not get 3 hours 20 minutes full time.
And why did they not get the full time?
There are different reasons, but essentially because of the wrong paper being given initially, paper being taken up and
They were given either the campaign paper
and those,
or maybe also different medium of instruction also.
that is only one case, you know, that is one case.
Savai Madhopur.
Savai Madhopur. Rest are,
Since they are
when we are dealing with,
the examination, that can't be because our board is committee.
there is
We
nothing.
dismissed everybody.
No,
They did not. No, we didn't dismiss everybody.
No, Lordship, we did not.
Allowed to, a committee did
The challenge was to grant of compensatory marks. So we pointed out
But we are not holding a.
now we are holding a fresh test. So God said, no, that question does not arise. Let's think. 23rd of June 24. But out of 1563, only 813 appeared. And Manoj, I must tell you, nothing would turn on this, Manoj, but as a piece of information, why, Manoj, out of 1563, only 813 appeared? Manoj, suppose I am a student, I did not get half an hour out of 3 hours, 20 minutes. I completed my paper, say, in 2 hours. I am a brilliant student. I may not choose to go for and take my chance in the retest. Therefore, the option was that either you accept your reason of less time performance or you are given an option of appearing again. The rest of them chose. Because some may be meritorious, so we can't compel them.
Marks were then withdrawn.
Everyone.
Those who stand by the original result, that is the original result minus the
Minus compensatory marks. So the student will have a choice that minus compensatory mark, I am getting this much. I have performed well. So why should I take a chance or gamble by appearing again? It was a gamble. He could have got more.
safety marks which were given, was it uniform for everyone? How many were marks were given?
Uniform. Proportionate formula, Malod. There was some formula as per CLAT, Malod.
But everybody got the same compensation.
Same methodology was it.
Same methodology.
Same method.
Based on what they had scored.
Scored and what the time lost.
So everybody did get like 4 marks or 5 marks.
No, not a fixed figure. The system applied was same.
The same formula was applied.
Same formula, I'm sorry.
Well,
Yes.
depending on how much compensatory marks, everybody didn't get the same compensatory.
No.
The same principle.
But whatever was given,
Those students have either had to appear or have their original result
minus compensatory. Yes. So out of those 1563, 813 appeared. They may not have fared well, my lord, in the first. So out of 156 candidates, 1563 candidates, as on 30th June, so 26 candidates have scored equal to or more than 577. That is corresponding to 108,000 marks. And success rate is 1.7%. And out of this, 11 have scored equal to or more than 622.
Plus, those who remain didn't take the new examination. How many of them got more than 622? Those who didn't take the
We'll check up to that. Your Lordship, so it must be an interesting figure. Because maybe they didn't appear because they had more than 60.
then they felt that they had done well enough.
They have done well. And my 6, I can prepare it and give it. because I may get, so for example, I have got 600 marks without compensatory. I might feel that if I reappear, I might come down to 550. So I don't take a chance that whatever admission I'll get wherever, at 600 I take that chance. They took that chance. And success ratio is 1.7% in 1,08,000 and 0.7.
This is a 1563, how is that?
Yes.
So this is the next area.
Yes. The next area, before I take your lordships to the other things, would your lordships like to see one of the investigation?
Now, what about the, if you're looking at the data, what about those who are given the Canbank paper?
What happened was, as I have said, we are dealing with 4750 centers. Human errors do occur in few of the centers. One human error
How
was,
centers was the Canbank paper given?
we have prepared, we have undertaken
Clarity on
that
that actually.
We have undertaken that exercise yesterday night. So there are two categories.
This one, Sudan.
मेल करने संजय 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 four of this.
Para 3 also. At how many centers?
NEET UG were where Canara Bank questions booklets distributed. Question papers from Canara Bank were distributed at 12 centers. But kindly see, out of 4750, out of 12 centers, 4 centers replaced the Canara Bank question papers with State Bank of India question papers. Thus, 8 centers, the question paper from Canara Bank were used. But rightly or wrongly, they took the decision that having given a wrong question, now let them complete 3 hours and 20 minutes with the wrong question. Wrong in the sense that it was SBI and not Canara, with the difficulty level being the same. Lord, whoever approached
How many total candidates answered the Canara Bank question bank?
Yes, so 3307. And we have given center wise. And serial number 7, would assist your lordships, the candidate of the above referred centers who answered Canara Bank were evaluated based upon the respective answer key of Canara Bank. Out of 3307, 59 candidates have scored more than 577, which corresponds to 1,08,000, and 17 have scored more than 622, that is respectively 1.7% and 0.5%. These are the students where the center superintendent took a decision that alright, I have brought a wrong question paper, but let them complete within 3 hours and 20.
3,307 candidates.
Yes. And next, my learned friend mentioned that this key was never uploaded. That is factually not correct. Serial number 8. The answer key of Canara Bank question paper were also uploaded on 3rd June.
So for 8 centers where the examination took place on the basis of the Canbank question bank.
Yes.
They have been graded and assessed on that basis.
On the basis of the answers, modern answers, Canada.
So 3,307 candidates are not assessed on the basis of SBI but the CAM Bank, the wrong.
In a sense, wrong, but yes.
But
Both were correct, Bhuvan.
some moderation being done between the CAM Bank and the SBI question.
But the report of the expert is that the difficulty level of both the question papers are same. And that is always one of questions are prepared. So that one question paper is not more difficult than the other.
In the SBI lot,
Remaining, 99%.
yeah, what is the success rate for the for 622 and above?
But if your lordship sees, there are two perhaps for of this. No. Well, in the main written submissions, if your lordship comes to page 2. So this is total 4.
Yes.
Page 2 of the original, first which I saw. The total number of candidates appeared is 23,33,162. The cutoff marks of candidates
33,000.
162. So where I am roughly using 24. This is the correct figure, accurate figure. So the cutoff mark, whose rank is within 1,08,000, is 577, which is 4.6%.
4% get at least 577 marks.
Yes, sir. And
6,000,
2.4%.
which is 622 marks. So how many is 2
4%.
So really speaking, then the employer rate is 1.7% and 0.5%.
Correct.
So the Canara Bank success rate is lower.
Maybe the student, the caliber of the students also needs to be there. Because when the papers are set, the experts are told to set it in such a way that since we have to give last minute option, both must have the same difficulty level.
I must say for question paper, the instructions to the paper setters are certain on the same level of difficulty.
We have, after paper setters, we have moderators.
It can be absolutely perfect, but there will be some moderators who do even the
Moderation of the question paper, and for moderating the question paper of both Canara and State Bank, we have the same moderators.
But tell us how Canara Bank question papers distributed in the first place.
That's what I'll answer.
What is there in the first two questions? Who authorized the city coordinator for selection of funds?
Lord, please see. City coordinator is authorized by DG MTA in writing. The authorization letter contains the name, photograph, and signature of city coordinator duly authorized by DG MTA. I must tell your Lordship, this goes digitally because it's impossible to send personally to 4,750 students. So he has to take a printout. So he can have two printouts. Now, this is to enable him to produce the authorization later to the bank and to ensure that the bank can verify that the same authorized person has come to collect. It is responsibility of city coordinator to distribute the respective trunks containing booklets, each of which are individually and collectively sealed to the respective centers. This handing over by the bank to city coordinator is recorded in CCTV. As per the practice, the city coordinator goes along with center superintendent as well as an independent neutral observer appointed by NTA for each center. The observer is appointed for each center, who is generally a principal or a lecturer of the nearby educational institutions. Every center has one of the observer.
In the morning of the examination, the DG NTA will indicate which is the set, which set, is the Kanban set or the SBI set to be taken up.
Yes.
That message is passed on to the city coordinator.
Correct.
And the city coordinator in turn relays it to the center.
Yes.
Center superintendent.
Yes, but he has two options. Either he can go and collect everything and distribute, but generally practice is he calls every center superintendent and the observer to come. They go together and take their respective trunks.
But then that is done. How is the son can go to what
Your lordships are absolutely right, but I put it that way, my lord. He may be having, my lord, both. The authorization, my lord, is not bank wise. Authorization is person wise. Mr. X is authorized.
But the banks are informed by the DG NTA in the morning that they are having they are choosing the SBI option.
Please, my lord, let me know. I will not, my lord, say anything wrong before your lordships. This should be introduced. The bank should be instructed. Both banks should be instructed that you give and you do
Not give. Because we should be centrally circulated to Kanban. I mean Kanban this time. That your paper is to be now maintained in safe custody in the bank itself. You will not dispute that question.
And SBI should be told that you don't give if somebody comes. one paper. I'll just give for your lordship's consideration. So that after this, your lordships would find what is the relevance in the investigation. I can give it to my learned friend also. There is now a paper which is exhausted, so there is no difficulty. But the point is, this is one time terrible. If I open it once, it cannot be packed again. And this is opened by the students. Now the paper which we got, the burnt paper which we got from the place where they were asked to memorize, we received a burnt paper. Now every paper has in the middle a unique number. Every student will have a unique number. I'll come to that. Just bear this in mind. Also, one seal here. Inside also. Inside, once you tear the plastic paper, this also, Lord, please come to page 21, my Lord, in this context. Then I'll my Lord, come back to, Lord, what they did was, from OSS school, as I will point out, my Lord, between 8:02 to 9:23, one person enters, we have the CCTV footage, etc. He opens one of the trucks from behind and he gives it to solvers. There are 8 solvers and 20 questions each or 25 questions each is distributed amongst them, ensuring that they do not carry any mobile phones because they don't want the paper to go beyond anyone who has not paid them. Now, after that memorizing exercise and after the students left, I'll come to that, they burned the paper. But page 21, this piece remained unburned. That was recovered by Bihar police and there is in the middle one number. This number belongs to one girl who had already complained that the paper which I received was sealed by using lighter. The paper which your lordships have in hand is one time terrible. So the person who committed theft, Lord, tore it, got the photographs, put it back and resealed it using the lighter, not the way
That girl said that there was a...
yes, no, we have the statement of that girl also that yes, my paper and this was also broken.
She complained. That girl?
No, it's a statement. When we recorded this,
CBI.
yes,
Because that CBI followed that lead because the
number. Because of the number, this number belongs to only one person.
and that number was recovered from where?
From the place where students were brought at around in the morning of 5th, that papers would come. The papers would come in Patna. The papers would come by 10:30, 10:45. It came into tranches. One subject was solved earlier, so it came at 10:30. Second subject was solved little later, so it came at 10:45. They were asked to memorize, and then at 12:45, and we have the CCTV footage of where they gathered for the purpose of going to that school, and they come back to that meeting point again and disperse to their respective centers because they were from different centers, not from this school. School is only used for the purpose of committing theft of the paper. Thereafter, they burned can show.
Yes, you can tell him.
With your lordship's permission. Because he knows it in China.
This serial number that is written on this half-burnt page is a unique number. If there are 24 lakhs question papers being printed, there will be 24 lakhs such different codes.
Right.
And this serial number goes to Oasis school only as per NTA record. It can't go to any other center in the country. So that is how we went to Oasis school and said that this serial number is supposed to come to you. To whom did you issue this paper to? It was issued to one genuine girl candidate.
Who was not involved in any?
She was not involved in any place because the paper was not stolen. There is no displacement of the paper. It was just photographed and replaced back.
And it was again put back in
It was again put back, and so she went to a genuine candidate in the normal course. And that genuine candidate found the seal here was broken, that sticker. And this was also opened. She did not complain to the invigilator, she kept quiet, but to us she said this is what she found. So that proves that it has been tampered. That is one, my lord. Secondly, these pieces were found in Patna.
This was found where exactly? This was found in Patna.
Patna, that learns boys high school, where about 25 candidates were gathered and the solved paper was given. So the original paper was not taken out, it was replaced back, but its printout was taken and circulated to the candidates, one paper per 2-3 candidates. They sat in a group and started memorizing it. And at the end of the 12:30 or so, they have to go to the centers because exam is at 2. Some centers are far away, some centers are nearby. Then they put all of them together and burnt it.
And this girl was attempting, who was actually the girl to whom that tampered seal was handed over. She was in which center?
She was in Hazaribagh Oasis school.
She was in Oasis.
Because this serial number is allocated to Oasis school center now.
From
And
NTA.
from NTA. And NTA gives unique 24 lakh serial numbers so that no two candidates in the country will get the same serial number. And this serial number, 124 lakh series is different for SBI, another 24 lakh series is different for Canara Bank. So there will be almost 48 lakh codes. So that is how with this piece of paper recovered in Learns Boys School in Patna, we reached Hazaribagh. Because this serial number is allocated to only Oasis.
So otherwise could be that scheme for the Hazaribagh school.
Hazaribagh Oasis School alone. So there are 5 centers.
The breach occurred in Patna.
No, no.
Breach occurred again in
It's occurred in Oasis School but relate to Patna.
where the problem solving etc. took place.
Problem solving also took place in Hazaribagh.
Hazaribagh.
Only there were 2 groups of candidates. One beneficiary group was in Hazaribagh, where the problem solving also took place in another floor of the same building.
Right.
And the first floor, girl candidates, female candidates were there. In the second floor, male candidates were there. In the third floor, the solvers were there. All the 7-8 solvers were together along with the gang.
Without
And-
telephone, without telephone.
And neither the candidates nor the solvers were allowed to bring the phones into that particular location. And after this solution, again digital image was taken and it was transmitted to Patna Learns Boys High School, where one of the gang members of the accused is present.
And you recovered this burnt thing
From Patna, from that school, Learns Boys High School. Where there were 25 candidates.
You did this in the classroom.
Yes, sir.
So that person also.
The invigilator also did not.
That it will be again.
He did not
He
bind.
sealed with a lighter. Because if you reseal any plastic with a lighter, it will have burnt marks.
My lord, these are 72 question papers now. This 4-5 such packets are kept in a trunk. This has got 3 packets of 24 question papers each, inside separately packed. Now on this, the invigilator and center superintendent have to sign that when we are opening there is no tampering. So though there was a tampering and burnt from one side and again refixed,
One paper.
and one paper removed and replaced, they have signed because the center superintendent and the city coordinator were also part of the conspiracy.
Well, interrogated that person.
We arrested, yes.
We arrested them.
Who is also part and parcel of this.
Yes, sir. He took money. He took money.
Center superintendent and the coordinator were part of this.
Yes, sir. Yes, my lord.
They are arrested. They are in custody.
Arrested. Apart from that, there is one more middleman who was a bridge between the gang and these two. And the conspiracy was hatched almost 2-3 months prior to the actual stealing, because they have to identify one vulnerable center who is ready to accept the and give the access.
So what they had was, once they had helped this conspiracy for 2 or 3 months back, how is it that they confined the conspiracy to such a small group of people? Human greed otherwise is that you would want to maximize the profits which you are going to make from the conspiracy. Why did they then only confine themselves to say 25 students?
No, my lord, we have given
But they had invested one, they could have
we have given the figure in para number
155.
para number 113.11.
155 students.
Well, what happens is, since they don't want the paper to go or their identity to be revealed to many people and exposing them to be arrested in advance, they go to the people, my lord, one to one. And those who fall into the trap, they give post-dated checks and some amount in advance. We have recovered the post-dated checks also. So, post-dated checks now cannot be encashed. We have recovered them.
The money is not collected in one tranche, my lord. Initially, one token advance is taken. So the candidate is permitted to gain access to that particular location where they are going to distribute the salt paper. Now he doesn't know whether this is the content which is going to come in the exam. So once he comes out of the examination center, then only he confirms that yes, what you gave me yesterday is the one, or what you gave me today morning is the one which came.
But there is no evidence to indicate that the conspiracy was wider, at least in Jharkhand and Bihar.
No, my lord. What we found so far was that there were 2 locations in Hazaribagh where this was shared after solving, and 1 location in Patna where this was shared after solving. And within Patna, that group had a subgroup of 6 female candidates who came on 4th itself, so they didn't want to keep the boys and girls in the same under the same roof, so they put it in one of the accused houses, those 6 girls, for the night. And next day morning, once it was stolen, photographed, it came to the solvers, they solved it. Then again a scanned copy was generated, sent to Patna through WhatsApp, and their printouts were taken, about 15 copies of each set. Botany zoology in first go it came at around 10-15 hours, and the physics chemistry came at about 10:35 to 10:40. So they took printouts and gave 1 copy to 2-3 group of candidates. Since the girls were there in the other house, from here 1 hard copy was taken to that.
Now, what about these statements which were recorded by the Economic Offences Unit in Bihar, saying that the 4 तारीख से रात को हुआ,
My lord,
on the 4th of May.
yes, yes.
And there seems to be an improvement in the subsequent statements when they say the NEET took place between that morning hours on the
Not
5th.
only that, my lord, in the file which we has given to the court, my lord, page number 5,
Which one?
the Bihar report.
Bihar was a
First it was Bihar local police, then Bihar EO. But local police, it seems, I was shown yesterday, have recorded in a cut-paste mode. So once a paragraph is added in every.
Because we saw the statement of Anurag Yadav, who is finding at page 122 of the file, Nitish Kumar at page 92 of the file, and Amit Anand at 88 of the file.
My lord, Anurag Yadav at page 113 it is there, and 129 also it is there, my lord.
But it's a repetition.
Before that, my lord, in this report, if my lordship may go to page number 5. Page number 5. This is the consolidated status report prepared by EOU 1 day before it was handed over to CBI, my lord. In that last paragraph, last 3 lines, my lord, page number 5.
Now the relay from Hazaribagh to Patna was through the mobile of one of these persons who took a picture of the scanned answer sheets and sent as a problem to solve the answer sheets and send them. Now, has that mobile been seized?
No, my lord. They have destroyed some of the gadgets, and yesterday we recovered some of them. Now we have to examine them forensically whether these were this set of mobiles yesterday we recovered were from the same gang. But whether the same instruments were used for this offense or not has to be ascertained from FSL report.
And perhaps the FSL report will indicate as to whether this was sent only to Patna or did it go somewhere else also?
It will, if the WhatsApp chats are not deleted, then we will know where all it has gone. But apparently from the interrogation, they have destroyed those mobiles after the offense. The main core group. The fringe elements, 18 mobiles were recovered, my lord. That FSL report has come.
Yesterday somewhere I was reading earlier.
Para 50.
I didn't flag that page that they
Para 5
to the river or something.
Para 51. Para 51. Para 51 may kindly be seen, my lord, in our report. Para 51.
First report.
First report. Para numbers are in seriatim, my lord. Para 51. Para 51 last 3 lines, my lord. Sorry, para 52, my lord. Para 52 last 3 lines. 52. Para 52. It also may be seen, my lord.
Back to this page 21 of the report.
Yes, my lord.
Report.
Yes.
This is a proof of an amateur. Professional would not commit this mistake. You would ensure that the entire paper is burned.
Shred it.
You got the clue, the first clue, because of these numbers.
Yes, my lord.
These numbers are to be found where on this booklet.
Yes, inside every page it will be there.
Right. Your Lordship,
On the top also, on the left, top left corner, it is there, my lord.
Your Lordships can open it. So this is used paper, so it can be opened.
On the top left
But you,
corner.
Your Lordship will have to tear it. It cannot be opened the way we open, my lord, the glued envelope.
Don't need a scissor.
So you don't need a scissor. You are not supposed to be having a scissor as a student.
what was done is, with the camera in the mobile, it was placed and a hard copy was downloaded. So this is that hard copy
Yes,
which
yes.
has been
That's the
downloaded.
reason why the girl student got her own paper that was earmarked to her.
So what was the idea in clicking this part? This particular.
It's on every page.
It's on every page, man.
He doesn't have a choice.
Entire booklet was photographed.
Each page, each
Each page.
each page.
Thereafter, it was put back in the envelope and tried to reseal with lighter.
As per the CCTV footage, my lord, he had 1 hour 20 minutes. Yes. Even the OMR sheet will have the same number, my lord. The OMR sheet and question paper are matched. They come in the same package.
Good.
As my lord
What is the nature of the forensic evidence that we have in regard to the, the transmission of the data on the fact that there was a leak? We now know that there was a leak.
And my lord,
What we are unsure about is what time the leak took place and to what extent was the leak. Now, the leak takes, there is a leak, according to the investigation, the leak takes place at Harsahay. Now, the leak, the solved question paper is then transmitted by electronic mode to Patna. Now, do we have any forensic evidence to indicate how that data was transferred and to which phones the data was transferred?
yeah, I'll answer that, my lord. Before that, this is the report of the Patna police, my lord, which has been submitted, page number 43, 44. There are more number of burnt pieces. If my lordship can semi-burnt pieces. In all those, the same serial number is figuring, which we have shown it here.
This is
So
solved.
that means
And that serial number is of the school.
of the Oasis Center.
Same girl,
Right, the center.
same girl, same
Now,
number.
that means, my lord, all these burnt pieces belong to one question. It is not that 4-5 question papers were stolen and burnt, because the serial number then has to be different on each piece of paper. Okay,
The question paper will have the center number and the serial number of the question paper itself.
serial number of the question
So
paper.
it has two things, the center number and the serial number of the question paper. And there is only one which will be.
Now, for a moment, my lord, supposing we say that this paper got, this serial number paper got leaked on 4th itself, for example. Once. Now, if supposing this paper has got leaked on the previous day itself, on 4th, one of the learned counsels for the petitioner was also mentioning, and there was a confusion in regard to Anurag Yadav's statement. We have CCTV footage of the main accused Pankaj Kumar alias Aditya, who has been arrested right now in our custody, that he has accessed the strong room of Oasis Center as per CCTV footage between 8:02 to 9:23 AM on 5th. So that was the time when he has access to this particular serial number.
CCTV footage is from where? When he's entering, when he's leaving, or when?
Both. With entering into the control room where the trunks were placed and exit from the control room where the trunks were placed, and the photograph of both the trunks before it was locked. The control room was locked after they were brought from the safe vault of the bank, and when they were opened again for all other witnesses and all, that photographs also we have given, my lord.
And the control room is under, the lock of the control room is in full custody.
My lord, there are two doors to the control room, this particular control. The front door was locked in front of everybody and the key was with the center superintendent. But the inside bolt of the rear door was kept deliberately open by the central superintendent as well as the city coordinator as part of the conspiracy.
To allow somebody to
enter. And this person whom I named just now was sitting in the staff room whose door is just adjacent to this rear door of the control room. It is hardly 2 steps to open the other door and enter this door. So 7:53, the front door of the control room is locked and everybody goes to inspect the examination halls, etc. From the rear door at 8:02, this man enters.
Only a minute. At this juncture, please see what second status report, page 11.
So this man enters at about 8:03, about 8 o'clock. 8:02, he enters from behind. That is recorded, movement is recorded on the CCTV, and he leaves at about 8:23.
9:22.
Right, there are 4 he's inside for almost 1.5 hours.
Because, my lord, there are 7 layers of packing. What we showed, my lordship, is only an individual question paper which comes in this package of 72 questions. And this is again put in a trunk. Then trunk has 2 locks in the front. And trunk is put in another carton box where the image can be seen at page number 11 of the second status.
If you open the trunk from behind,
He has opened the trunk from behind. Pivots.
how did you use that? What kind of equipment did he have to open the trunk?
He had an exhaustive toolkit bag. The bag was kept in the control room by the central superintendent on the 4th.
Security surrounding that control room where the trunks were placed.
My lordship, it's the responsibility of the central superintendent itself.
He is a party to
He has a party to it. He kept that
toolkit in that.
which is given by same accused 2 days prior, and he keeps it there. This man uses it, doesn't carry the toolkit because he comes out empty-handed. That is also seen. He just keeps on his phone, digital photographs, and walks off. He enters the campus at 7:12 and goes into the staff room and sits there. At 8:02 he enters the control room and 9:23 he exits the control room and 9:24 he exits the center.
How do we sort of hypothesize that this main accused Pankaj that he sent the images of the he first took a photograph, then he takes it to the problem solver.
He sends it immediately after he exits the campus to the problem solvers. Where
Problem solvers are also in Hazaribagh.
they are in Hazaribagh in a guest house called, which is named in our report, my lord, on the 3rd floor.
Now,
And there is a printer there.
right, and from once they are solved by the problem solvers, they are remitted by whom? Again by the same accused?
By the same accused.
By Supai.
Pankaj also goes to that same location.
And
And they have a
sent it to Supai.
group of several people there, about 9 persons.
How do they rule out this that Pankaj may have sent it to other locations also?
But so far, from the investigation and interrogation of the accused, we found only 4 locations, my lord, 2 in Patna, 2 in Hazar. And the top gangster is somebody. Below that there are about 5 main persons, out of which 3 we have arrested and they are in our custody. And we have interrogated them. And below that they have some people who mobilize the candidates, some people who identify the safe house, some people who
Is the top gangster also in custody or not?
not yet.
Solvers are in custody. How did the solvers actually transmit? They were solving. Were they solving the questions?
Solvers-
They were solving them on paper. What were they doing?
Yeah, my lord. For example, my lordship may see page 50 and 51, you can see the tick marks on the hard copy, half burnt. The size of this tick mark is different from the size of the tick mark which we recovered from the candidate, the girl candidate of Oasis. She has put a small tick. And in that, for every question there is only one tick, what she thought it was the correct answer. So this tick is on another hard copy.
No, no. One clarification.
Mane print out.
The man enters that control room. What control room?
Control room. It's a hall.
According to you, sir, he was in that room for 1 hour and
20 minutes. 21 minutes.
he must have taken time to open the trunk from behind. He took out one question paper which unfortunately was given to that girl. Then he takes pictures on his mobile. From his mobile, he forwards it to the solvers.
Not to the solvers, my lord. He forwards it to one of their own counterpart who is with the solver. Physical act.
He forwards it to her. And is in company of the solvers as he gets up.
Yes.
Then he must have parted that with the solvers.
He takes a hard print out.
This is that burnt thing is the hard thing.
Printout. Solved printout.
One second, man.
Okay, so after the solver, all the question paper.
It's again scanned
By whom? Who?
by the same accused who are there with him.
Pankaj
Pankaj also
was there. Pankaj was also there.
Pankaj is also.
And this scanned copy, has been sent to Patna.
Yes.
It is
And also to one other location.
another sent in Hazaribagh
Yes.
and to Patna. But we have already sort of conclusively say that this scanned copy has been sent to no other centers other than one more at Hazaribagh and one at Patna.
My lord,
So we have no forensic, we don't have forensic data to, if we had forensic data, then there would be electronic footprints that this was sent to this was sent to this number, this was sent to this number.
That is why I gave the figures, because the time available for them to impart this whatever they have stolen was hardly 1.5 hours to 2 hours. And therefore, even the students who are now caught, those who are beneficiaries according to us,
So you know what?
they also did not fare well.
Earlier we thought that, that after he takes the photograph, that he comes to the center at about 9:30 and 45 minutes is given to the problem solvers. No, the problem solvers probably got the question paper at 8:30 itself.
no, my lord. At around 9:24, after he comes out, he transmits it as per the
That's the statements of
interrogation statement.
These are the statements.
The mobile is not available and that co-conspirator in
Hazaribagh's guest house is not so far away. Even the person who received, we have arrested him in Hazaribagh.
अभी लंच का भी टाइम हो चुका है, हो सकता है लंच के बाद ही अभी हियरिंग कंटिन्यू रहेगी। अभी ये 2 बजे बाद ही हियरिंग स्टार्ट होगी, तब फिर मिलेंगे। लेकिन यहाँ पर एक सबसे बड़ा डिसीजन जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने दिया है वो ये है कि जिन बच्चों को फिजिक्स के एक क्वेश्चन के 2 आंसर में बोनस मार्क्स दिए थे, मतलब कि एक ही क्वेश्चन के 2 आंसर दिए थे, वो यहाँ चेंज कर दिया है। यानी कि उस फिजिक्स के क्वेश्चन का एक ही आंसर होगा जो एनटीए ने पहले दे रखा था, उसका एक ही आंसर होगा जो पहले दे रखा था। रिजल्ट में जिन बच्चों को बोनस मार्क्स मिले थे एक ही आंसर, यानी कि एक ही क्वेश्चन के 2 आंसर के, वो अभी नहीं मिलेंगे। वो जो पहले वाली आंसर की में एक ही आंसर दिया था वही लागू रहेगा, जिससे रैंक इफेक्ट करेगी। और इसके साथ साथ ऐसे स्टूडेंट भी होंगे जो सिलेक्शन रेंज में थे अभी तक बॉर्डर लाइन पे, वो सिलेक्शन रेंज से हट जाएंगे और कुछ स्टूडेंट सिलेक्शन रेंज में आ जाएंगे। लेकिन ये बहुत कम स्टूडेंट होंगे जो सिलेक्शन रेंज में आएंगे, और ये रहेगा बॉर्डर लाइन के स्टूडेंट्स के लिए एमबीबीएस की ऑल इंडिया की कंडीशन में। बाकी स्टेट्स की जो जिनकी कट ऑफ जाती है उसमें भी काफी फर्क पड़ेगा, क्योंकि जो स्टेट की कट ऑफ के बॉर्डर लाइन के कैंडिडेट हैं उनको भी इसमें काफी फर्क पड़ेगा। तो मैंने इसके प्रीवियस वीडियो में बताया था कि ये कितना फर्क पड़ेगा, फिर भी मैं आपको एक पूरा एनालिसिस करके बता दूंगा कि ये स्टूडेंट के लिए कितना फर्क पड़ेगा। लेकिन ये स्टूडेंट के लिए अभी निराशाजनक बात हो चुकी है। जिनके 720 थे, अभी टोटल 17 कैंडिडेट के ही 720 होंगे, और ऐसे बहुत से कैंडिडेट होंगे जिनका पहले सिलेक्शन हो रहा था, चाहे वो एमबीबीएस में हो, बीडीएस में हो, बीएमएस में हो, उनका सिलेक्शन हो सकता है कि ना हो, और कुछ एक स्टूडेंट का सिलेक्शन हो जाए बॉर्डर लाइन के कैंडिडेट्स के लिए। तो ये एक बहुत बड़ा बदलाव होगा। यहाँ पर रिजल्ट दोबारा से डिक्लेयर होगा और रैंक है वो दोबारा से पब्लिश होगी। लेकिन फिर भी अभी सुनवाई चल रही है। पेपर लीक के मामले में अभी क्या डिसीजन आता है ये देखा जाएगा। अगर रीनीट होता है तो फिर ये सारा का सारा जो क्वेश्चन का मामला है, ये तो इससे कोई मतलब नहीं निकलेगा। तो देखते हैं 2 बजे क्या होता है इसमें हियरिंग में। जो भी डिसीजन रहेगा मैं आपको इन्फॉर्म कर दूंगा।
Entrance examinations or other examinations like UPSC. Quota is considered to be the best in UPSC, but UPSC, NEET, IIT, JEE, several